Hi, it's Sue. Welcome back to Crafting by the River, where today I'm working on a new little project. I've been talking about this for so long, so I thought I'd get started. And you can see on my desk, I've got some of my homemade washi and lots of paper, book pages, scrapbook paper, all sorts. And this book spine should give you, or book cover should give you a hint as to what I'm doing. If I open it up, here's my sizes. I'm actually cutting lots of papers to put into a journal. And this is my master one. This is the one that I will use as a measure for the others. I'm sorry, this is a bit wonky, I'm holding the camera here, holding my cine camera. I'm just going to start like this. My pages are going to be about 4 1/4 inches wide by 8 3/4 inches long. And that for me is quite a big journal. I usually make much smaller journals. But because of what I'll be using this for, I wanted something a bit more sizable. And the spine is reasonable. I'd say that's about 2 inches. Okay, so I'm going to go and start trimming and folding papers, and I'll be back. So this was my cover, complete. I've added some scrapbook paper, or cardstock really, it's quite thick, front and back, just to very close to the edge, so hopefully that'll be good. And then I've covered the spine with fabric and some lace and added these 4 little mother of pearl buttons. That's as far as I've got with that one, because I was thinking of using this book for Roxy's weekly challenge, to keep all the things I make or have made in here. But when it was done, I thought it's not that thick. It's going to be, it'll end up huge. So I put that to one side, and I've taken a couple of pictures that I will add in here of a cereal box, quite a thick one, that I covered with matte page. And this is it here complete. I've covered it with matte page. As you can see, it's got a bigger spine, so that will allow plenty of room for my 3 signatures. And I've added the signatures. This now measures, I've made it bigger, always up. It's 6 1/4 inches wide, that's 16 centimetres. And height-wise, it's 9 inches, which is 23 centimetres. So it's a good sized journal. It's one of the biggest ones I will have completed. Open her up, and my 3 signatures are in, and I've added a few bits that I've made using Rachel's weekly challenge. Okay, I'm pretty sure that was one of hers. I've added it in anyway. Painted tags over the page pockets. What else? I'm not sure about this one, whether this was one of Rachel's. It's a flip out, and you can put ephemera or journal cards in there, but I've added it to that page to help straighten that page up a bit. What else have I put in? Another of her pockets using ephemera. And mine uses ephemera labels and die-cut flowers. So I've just put a few in. I plan to start again with Rachel's challenge. A lot of my pieces ended up in my 100-day challenge journal. So, you know, they didn't make it to this one. They're in the 100-day journal. This was the slim envelopes we made, and I made one with book page. So that slots in there. This was the document folders, remember those? With the fold-out documents. I won't open it. I've just popped that in there and added a paper clip. And on the other side is the alternative to that. She followed her process, just did it slightly differently for the second week. So that was one of mine. I think I did make about 3 of those. But some of them have ended up in other journals, so it's fair enough. What else have I got in here? That might be about it. It's a fair few pages. And obviously, I mean, I can decorate the pages a bit more, do a bit of stenciling or whatever. Yeah, that's about it so far. But what I wanted to do, I've got these 2 pieces that I'm pretty sure were made with Rachel. They may not have been. An envelope, an easy fold-out envelope that you just tie up, and this piece. And I thought I'd quite like to put these on the front rather than decorate the front to, you know, break it up a bit. I would add those 2 pieces that I'm not sure of. So if I move that to one side, I've made up a pocket with a little collage of, these are stickers, and a piece of my mark making paper. And this paper is actually the front page of the same map book, and which I thought worked quite well. So I'm going to add these couple of pieces. Whoops, sorry. My glue book is messy because there was a lot of gluing in this project. Yeah, so the other one, the other journal cover I will use, I'm just not sure what for. I have one other journal that has been put together, and I wondered, oh, look at that. I will use one or the other of them for an ideas journal, and I'm not sure which at the moment. The other one is a bit smaller, and I think it would be quite useful to go with a slightly larger journal for that purpose. I'm losing my voice. I need a cup of tea, really. I've been flipping around up in my craft room for a few hours now. And I just wanted to get this done so that I could attempt to get it loaded onto YouTube tonight. Oh, get rid of that. Okay. Let's just have a look. See if I've got a bit of something else I can use. A ruler would be good. I can pull that back a bit. Right, let's take 2 with that. And this, because this is an old book page, this is quite fragile too, and I've just torn that. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? There we go. Hopefully you don't see that too much. Hold that back. Okay. So I'm going to, I don't know whether I'll write it or type Roxy's Weekly Challenge on that label and add that. Let's just see if that's white or plain. Clear. I need a pin. Here we go. There it is. Oh yes, that's a bit white. We might do a bit of trimming, I think. Let's put these down first. Now, given that Rachel is in Italy, I thought this sticker was appropriate. Get this one down. There we go. That way, I think. Try and get it reasonably straight. And I think I'm going to trim that. Okay, there we go. That looks a bit better. I will share the other journal as soon as I've sorted out papers. As I say, I'll probably do mostly tea-dyed papers in there. There might be the odd book page, but we'll see. Book page, music page, probably not as much cardstock as this one. There we go. That's it. Now we'll add that to the front of the cover. And what I've done is I've allowed turn-ups on 3 sides just to give me a bit of room inside the pocket, and I think it will sit about here, maybe slightly lower. Yeah, about there. So I'm going to use art glitter glue to glue this on. I've left the top off again, so probably won't want to play. Thank you all for answering my questions about how you like to view videos. I really appreciate you taking the time. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I have to say, I'm quite glad in a way that we're in agreement, because my videos, although I do sort of, sometimes I get a bit engrossed in what I'm doing and I don't have a lot to say, but I think they'd be pretty boring if I didn't speak at all, because I basically share what I'm doing, how I do what I'm doing, and you know, I don't profess to be an expert by any means, and I do make mistakes. So, you know, being able to talk it through works for me. So I'm glad that those of you who did comment were in agreement. So that's good. So there we go, there's our pocket. That really needs to dry a little bit. And I think it just breaks up, you know, the map page. And then I was just thinking these could slot in here. I mean, I need to go through my my videos, and that will tell me whether or not these were made for Rachel's challenge. I'm really not sure now. But there you go. That's it. That is my journal that I will be working in. Every time I make one of Rachel's suggestions for the challenge. So I hope you like that. Thank you so much for calling past today. I'm going to add a bit more on this, I think. Where it's the middle of the page, you ended up with a bit of a line. You can see where it was stitched in. I might add some washi on the spine just to cover that. And what I've done also is each of the centres I have tied differently. The first one is just a knot. The second one I've knotted it, but I've left the length. We might add some dangles on there. You never know, there might be dangles one week. And the other one I've just tied in a bow. So 3 different methods of tying in the signatures. Okay, I'm off to go and start making some tea. Thank you so much for calling past today, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.